What does it mean to have an identity of love? And how can this have ripple effects in every area of our life? We're trying to go above and beyond anything we've ever experienced before. We want to reach new heights and new levels and new layers and new wonders of these body-mind miracles. Connecting with an essence of your own self as love. Understanding your own body-mind as love. Connecting with the essence of your soul as love. And then experiencing life through a lens of love. Because the body-mind is navigating an identity of love and projecting navigation through that love. So we're improving and upgrading, healing, nourishing, restoring, and most importantly, expanding navigational potentials in our mental, emotional, and behavioral health, which affect our thoughts, feelings, movements, choice tendencies, and responses. And so we're reunifying and activating and awakening and expanding mind, body, spirit unification and connectivity. The essence of consciousness meets itself independently of anything it's ever known to expand into the soul self identity of love. And trillions of navigational networks that also affect every area of brain-body regulation are resculpted. And how the past is stored and purposed in these navigational patterns, how the body-mind understands the fulfillment of its own internal attachment needs, how content and connectivity of unconscious memories are flowing through trillions of networks. All of it gets shape-shifted in this process. All of it gets to be resculpted and repurposed. We're not changing the past, we're changing how the past is navigating and regulating life now and moving forward. We're resculpting and expanding the potentials of body-mind miracles to support the true essence of self. When we start to expand into an identity of sacred love or infinite love or unconditional love, there's a lot of miracles that happen. And I'm not talking about some superficial, fluffy, yes, I'm a being of love and everything's sunshiny and rosy. I'm talking about something so much deeper on that, on a level of reconstructing trillions of navigational networks in the body-mind, activating and expanding the essence of the soul as an infinite loving self. And so we have the essence of consciousness, the self, and then we have brain-body structures supporting body-mind miracles. And so first we have to understand how the essence of self is flowing through the body-mind to experience life in human form. So the essence of self exists and operates independently of brain-body structures. Consciousness is an independent essence from the miracles of brain-body structures. But the essence of self is experiencing every moment through brain-body structures. And among the brain-body composition, all the different miracles, there's the body-mind. And the body-mind has two jobs in life. The body-mind is here to navigate and regulate existence. The body-mind is here to navigate and regulate existence. Regulation is how energies are flowing through all the regulatory structures, including brain hemispheres, brain waves, prefrontal cortex and mohawk of self-awareness, activation and engagement, the cranial nerves, the nervous systems, digestion, respiration, etc. How memories are being processed and translated and how existing memories are being activated and accessed. These are all components of regulation, circadian rhythms, hormones, neurotransmitters, the endocrine system, all aspects of regulation. And then there's navigation. Navigation comes from how experience have created navigational patterns and potentials, and these are mostly stored in unconscious memories. Most of the memories that exist inside of us are unconscious. The conscious memories you can access that let you know, oh yeah, I'm this person and I've done these things and I've been these places and I have this kind of sense of the self. That's like a teeny tiny fraction of all the memories existing in the body-mind. Most memories exist unconsciously, but the body-mind has no interest in remembering past experiences. The entire purpose of memories is to allow the self to have a form of navigation. It's a navigational system. Memories are a navigational system. And so the ability to recognize where you are and feel a sense of familiarity, the ability to recognize people and things. You pick up a spoon and a fork and you know what it is. You're not like, yeah, a fork is to comb my hair. Not referencing the Little Mermaid. Yeah, a fork is to comb my hair. No, you have to pick up a fork and you understand what it's for and how to use it, okay? And we have this navigational system in the body-mind. The only reason the body-mind can navigate these components of reality is because it remembers doing so before. But those memories are unconscious. You're not picking up a fork and you're like, oh, wow, I'm remembering that I have to think about this, and I remember the first time I ever learned what a fork was, and I remember all those other times that I've used a fork, and because I am consciously accessing all these past moments where I remember using this fork, now I know how to use it. No, you pick up a fork and it's instant. You know exactly what it is, what to do with it. You don't even have to think about it, and you don't have to remember any other time of using a fork to have an association with it. That's because of the navigational structures of the body-mind. You have a name that you respond to instinctively. Maybe that's a birth name, maybe it's a nickname, but there's some kind of phrasing that you respond to, and there's a connection, an association with yourself and that word or phrase or name. That's because of the navigational structures of the body-mind. So all of this is here. And the ability to feel emotions and understand a potential navigation of that. Like, you don't just start crying and you're like, oh my God, I've never cried before. I have no idea what this means. But if you're crying, maybe you're sad, maybe you're in pain, maybe you're frustrated, maybe you're tired, right? And you have this understanding of the emotions you're experiencing, and you have this ability to feel them along a spectrum and know how to navigate them. You are able to describe them, and you're able to put meaning to them. And, maybe that's not always there, but there's to some degree an ability to navigate things. And then there's the emotions themselves. Emotions come from the navigation and regulation of the body-mind. Emotions come from the navigation and regulation of the body-mind. And so when there's a projection of navigation and or this information from regulation, then you feel different types of emotions. And in order to shift emotions, you have to shift the navigation and or regulation of the body-mind. Okay? And movements, choice patterns, habits, skill sets, learned motor skills, the ability to ride a bike or type on a computer or read a book or know how to feed your cat or unload the dishwasher or take out the trash or have words that have meaning and different sounds because you have language capacities. All of those are coming from the navigation of the body-mind because of the role of unconscious memories. So there's the essence of self that's experiencing life through the miracles of the body-mind. What does this have to do with being reborn into an infinite identity of love, of sacred love, of infinite love, of unconditional love? So the essence of self at its foundational roots is love. But that self has never experienced its own essence independently of how the human experience has taught it to navigate its own existence from the inside out. And so then there's the body-mind. And the body-mind was developed into existence, sculpted into form, molded into beingness through experiences of love, beginning with attachment development in early childhood, infancy, toddlerhood. And so the body-mind didn't exist at the beginning of the life. There was just an abstract blueprint for a potential body-mind. And then there were these caregivers of some form, maybe parents, maybe other relatives, maybe other people playing a caregiver role of some kind. And then there were these people who looked into the eyes of that infant and gave it experiences of love. But we live in a world where we are remembering the love that we are. And until we have remembered the love that we are, the body-mind is navigating and regulating from a space of restricted love, conditional love, less than love. And so a lot of times our experiences growing up weren't necessarily experiences of true love. Sometimes we're very blessed to have that, and sometimes we don't have that. And sometimes it's like 50-50. Sometimes it's, maybe half of the experiences you have are true love and unconditional love and nourishing love, and then the other half maybe don't feel like love. And so then the body-mind starts to develop into its own individuated, independent structures. And depending on how love is experienced during those early formative years, beginning with attachment development, but also including every other experience, especially of social engagement. So socially engaging with any people, not just those primary caregivers, but interactions with all people where there's experiences of love, whether that's unconditional, boundless love, or maybe a restricted love. Experiences of love, especially through social engagement, beginning with attachment development, teach the body-mind how to exist. And the foundation of navigation and regulation is established. And then all the other experiences of life are actually creating navigation, regulation, information based on the well-being of attachment needs. The need to feel seen and loved and treasured and celebrated. The need to feel safe, secure, supported, connected, protected, provided for. A sense of collaboration, communication, community, vulnerability, closeness, respect, embrace, allowance, purpose, guidance, direction, opportunity, space. Experiences of love in relation with specific attachment needs in the body-mind that are deeper beneath the systems of navigation and regulation. And so the body-mind has all these navigational patterns, these navigational potentials, and beneath that are all the unconscious memories. And beneath that are the needs of attachment systems. And the body-mind always has attachment needs. It's not just when you're a child. The body-mind, for its entire existence, has attachment needs. And so the essence of self is experiencing the human form through the body-mind, but the ability to experience the love that is the self, and the ability to experience love in any experience, joy, peace, freedom, creativity, connection, expression, fulfillment, bliss, ease. Those are all experiences of love. The ability to encounter that depends on how the body-mind is navigating and regulating its own existence from the inside out. And so this matters because when we are reborn as an identity of love, or through an identity of love, then the self gets to experience its own self, not based on how experience has taught it to associate with itself, but who the self truly is and always has been. The self can know a way of associating with its own inner essence and existence beyond how experience has defined the self. And the body-mind gets to expand its capacities for navigation and regulation. Brain hemispheres get to be more connected. Brain waves get to be in a greater rhythm of regulated flow. Circadian rhythms get to improve. Hormones and neurotransmitters and endocrine system activity gets to improve, which improves the regulation of so many different things, including emotions, nervous systems, and digestion and respiration. And among the infinite benefits, this expands the capacity for sensory processing, where you get to have these delicious tastes while you eat, and you get to smell a flower, and the sensation is more vibrant because the systems of navigation and regulation in the body-mind are actually improving the capacity to experience life through the human form. So being reborn through an identity of love allows the self to know itself independently of how life previously taught it to know its own inner sense of essence, self, or identity. And the body-mind gets to upgrade, improve, and expand its capacities to navigate and regulate existence, moving beyond how past experiences might have taught it to experience life, and allowing for thoughts, feelings, movements, choice patterns, responses, and the translations of reality from communication to sensory processing and everything in between and beyond to be improved, to improve and expand and upgrade the quality of personal experience. Even if nothing outside immediately changes, the way that the self is able to encounter life through the body-mind structures, these body-mind miracles of navigation and regulation improves. And so the quality of personal experience improves from the inside out. And so when we are in the process of being reborn as infinite love, or learning to identify with ourselves as love, or seeing and experiencing life through a lens of love, whatever resonates with you, we are actually activating, awakening, reunifying, expanding, and liberating aspects of the self across all time, dimensions, space, and reality. Parts of self from past experiences freed from them. If there were unpleasant past experiences, moments of unfulfilled attachment needs, moments of trauma, moments of stress, moments of not being fully unified with the love that is the truth of the self, those self aspects get to be welcomed home and reunified. And the aspects of self flowing in the immediacy of present moments get to have an expanded sense of self, get to know its own essence in a way it's never known before. And the infinite potential of all the self could ever possibly be gets to be unified with all of the self, and unified in the present moment in a brand new way it's never known. Simultaneously, how the body-mind stores a lifetime of experiences can shift and upgrade, improve, and expand. And the way the body-mind is navigating and regulating life now based on past experiences can heal and be nourished and restored and liberated and expanded. And again, if there were any moments of unfulfilled attachment needs, any moments where past experiences did not have the ability to store high quality patterns of navigation and regulation, all of that data can be rewritten. And the baseline beneath it all, right? So there's the navigational patterns, and then there's unconscious memories, and then there's the attachment needs. We can nourish the attachment needs. And this helps rewrite and repurpose unconscious memories and resculpt and repurpose these navigational patterns and potentials. And then our styles of thinking and feeling and moving and responding, and our mental health, emotional health, behavioral action pattern health, and then our health with relationships and communication, and our mind, body, spirit, unity and connection, and the relationship we have with our own self-essence, the relationship we have with our own body. All of it can improve, expand, and experience new levels of better quality of personal experience from the inside out. And so expanding into an identity of infinite love or sacred love or unconditional love isn't just some superficial, fluffy, yes, I choose love. That's good too, but I'm talking about something so much deeper. The essence of consciousness meets itself independently of anything it's ever known to expand into the soul self identity of love. And trillions of navigational networks that also affect every area of brain-body regulation are resculpted. And how the past is stored and purposed in these navigational patterns, how the body-mind understands the fulfillment of its own internal attachment needs, how content and connectivity of unconscious memories are flowing through trillions of networks. All of it gets shape-shifted in this process. All of it. a whole lifetime of unconscious memories, every attachment needs through dozens of systems, not just from early childhood during original attachment development, but the attachment needs you have right here and now and had last year and 5 years ago and 10 years ago and 15 years ago in every area of your life, in every relationship and circumstance that you've ever known. All of it gets to be resculpted and repurposed. We're not changing the past, we're changing how the past is navigating and regulating life now and moving forward. We're resculpting and expanding the potentials of body, mind, miracles to support the true essence of self. And what are the ripple effects of this? Okay, so we've already talked about some of the benefits of being reborn as infinite love or expanding into an identity of love. Whatever phrasing resonates with you, you can flow with that. But connecting with an essence of your own self as love, understanding your own body, mind as love, connecting with the essence of your soul as love, and then experiencing life through a lens of love. Because the body mind is navigating an identity of love and projecting navigation through that love. And so some of the benefits, we've got mental, emotional, behavioral health. So the way the body mind instinctively thinks, feels, moves, and responds. Any pattern of thought, inner dialogue, narrative, story, self-talk, perception, perspective, judgment, conclusion, anything in that category can be healed and nourished, restored and expanded, lovingly liberated into higher potentials, greater potentials. So we're not saying there's a thought here and I just want to change that thought. We are going deeper than that. We are going deeper than that. We are rewriting how the foundation of the body-mind creates those navigational potentials to begin with, shape-shifting the foundation that precedes every thought. We're shape-shifting the foundation that precedes every thought. And feelings. We're rewriting how a lifetime of unconscious emotional memories are carrying data from every moment where we have ever felt an emotion since infancy. And we're improving it, we're healing it, we're nourishing, we're restoring it, we're upgrading, expanding, lovingly liberating it so that the navigational potentials of all feelings expands into higher potentials of navigation and experience. And so we're not just saying, yeah, I sometimes feel sad and I don't want to feel that anymore. We are going deeper than that. We are going into the foundation that precedes all feelings. We're going into the system that precedes every feeling. Same with action patterns, habits, choice tendencies. When you wake up, there's a first thing that you do without even thinking about it, before you're even fully awake. When you go to eat your meal or take a shower or go for a drive or call someone or share something or whatever it is, exercise, whatever it is that you do or don't do, the body mind has information about how to do that thing. And so we're not just looking at, yeah, there are these navigational patterns I want to change and these ones I want to install. We can work with that, but we are going deeper. We're not just saying, I want to not have these habits anymore and I want to have these habits instead. We're not just saying, I have these patterns of the way I usually make a decision and I kind of want to change and shapeshift and upgrade and expand that. Yeah, we can work with that, but we are going deeper. We are actually going into the foundational systems that precede every pattern of choice and movement. The structures that precede the way the body-mind navigates every choice and movement and response. So we're improving and upgrading, healing, nourishing, restoring, and most importantly, expanding navigational potentials in our mental, emotional, and behavioral health, which affect our thoughts, feelings, movements, choice tendencies, and responses. In this process, we are reunifying, reconnecting, and again, liberating and expanding, because we're not just trying to get to status quo, we're trying to go above and beyond anything we've ever experienced before. We're trying to go above and beyond anything we've ever experienced before. We want to reach new heights and new levels and new layers and new wonders of these body-mind miracles. And so we're reunifying and activating and awakening and expanding mind, body, spirit unification and connectivity. The ability for the essence of ourself and our mental experiences and paradigms and our physical bodily realities to all be unified in a more expanded state than they have ever experienced ever before. And anything restricting that expansion and connection will be healed and nourished and lovingly liberated along that journey. This improves every area of life, the way you experience every aspect of yourself and your reality. Every corner of personal experience upgrades, improves, and expands into new and higher potentials. And then it ripples out into every area of your life, your relationships with friends, families, romantic partners, coworkers, the ability to show up and do the work you love to do or shift into work you love to do and have fulfilling, expanded experiences in that. Hobbies, passions, activities, leisurely enjoyment experiences, from sitting cozy snug by a fire to out hiking and exploring. The way the body mind navigates and regulates life will be expanded into new potentials. And so the quality of your personal experience and the connection that you have with the essence of yourself will be in an expanded state of loving liberation. And every area, every moment of personal experience can be expanded to new heights and new potentials of glorious dynamic wonder. Experiencing a rebirth as love, or being reborn as infinite love, or being lovingly liberated into an identity of love is a much deeper journey than just saying, I choose love moment to moment. We are going into a greater soul self activation of consciousness to expand the energy of self beyond anything it has ever known, to meet the self beyond how it's met itself in experience thus far. And we are going into the depths of trillions of networks in the body mind to resculpt the foundation of navigation and regulation, to repurpose and shapeshift and expand the potentials of how unconscious memories existing and operating beyond all awareness are affecting every moment of life. We're resculpting the way the body-mind knows its own attachment needs fulfilled from the love of the self. We're expanding distinction and connection between consciousness and the body-mind. We're expanding distinction and connection between the awareness of self and the experiencer of self. We're expanding distinction and connection between various aspects of the inner experiencer throughout their miraculous roles of sacred love. Different parts of self have different roles to play in being love. And the same aspects of self that champion love and preserve love and sustain love are not the same parts of self that receive love and experience the embodiment of love. And the aspects of self flowing through love as feminine energy and the aspects of self flowing through love as masculine energy are not the same parts of self. We get to know these parts of the self in a whole new way. And then as we expand these navigational structures of the body-mind, we expand the capacity for self to balance inner and outer realities, or internal and external sensations of the self, and masculine, feminine energies flowing in complementary fluidity throughout its own self, and how memories from your entire life are connecting in new ways, carrying upgraded information to navigate life from a higher space of potential. And then the relationships you experience change, and the quality of personal experience can shift and expand, and every area of life can benefit from this. If this speaks to you, I invite you to explore my offerings through my trifecta treasure trove, where we explore the love that is at the foundation of the body-mind, navigating life in relation with attachment well-being, and the essence of soul self as pure love, and to understand the organization of these trillions of networks, to understand how and why they can create disruptions in implicit health, disruption of mental, emotional, or behavioral states, and how we can lovingly liberate that. and who the self is within and beyond all of it. And to recognize clues from this body-mind activity within experience and to know how to respond to these experiences, to resculpt the navigational patterns, to activate, awaken, reunify, and expand aspects of the self. We dive into all of this and more. There are self-guided journeys, one-time sacred soul sessions, and multi-month personalized pathways with me. All the details are in the video description below. There are web pages and introductory playbooks for each offering. If this speaks to you, explore more, and feel free to explore more of my free content as well. I have free gifts and free video libraries so you can dive deeper into understanding these hidden realities of self-essence as consciousness and the body-mind miracles that navigate and regulate life from the inside out. There's lots of amazing free content, hundreds of pages of free introductory playbooks and implicit revelations, case study playbooks, and free download gifts with different journeys you can guide yourself through, and over 500 videos here, beautiful video library collections that can really support your journey as you explore and apply these concepts in your own pathway of loving liberation. Other relatives, maybe non-blood people, non-blood people.